The objective of this physics lab report is to observe the motion of a falling object and compare its results with computational model with and without drag. Now considering a motion without drag, we can see that the net force acting on the object is the weight force. Substituting this value, we can see that rate of change of velocity should be equal to acceleration due to gravity, which is a constant. So we should see that velocity versus time graph should look like a straight line, and the displacement versus time graph should be a quadratic curve. Object of my motion study is a teddy bear weighing 43 grams and dropped from a certain height by my wife. The scale of this video is said to be in the height of this teddy bear, which turns out to be 0.12 meters. And the frame rate for this video is 30 frames per second. So the time step turns out to be 0.033 seconds. Let's play this video. So we can see here clearly that the displacement versus time graph turns out to be a quadratic curve as per our prediction. The initial displacement and time is set to be 0, 0, and the final time for our video analysis is 0.534 seconds, and the displacement is 1.2 meters. We are now ready to build our computational model by feeding in inputs from our video analysis like mass of the object, initial position and initial velocity, the starting time. The delta t is for the computational model is 1 millisecond, which is fairly large as compared to the video time step of 500 milliseconds. The gravity is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. The j hat defines the vector pointing upwards positive direction. The total time is same as video analysis. We have set the F net equal to weight, which is mass of the ball multiplied by the gravity. Let's now run this model. So as we can see from this run that the displacement versus time graph turns out to be a quadratic curve, which looks similar to our video analysis. The two curves, we can see that they match well with each other during the first half of our analysis. However, they start diverting in the later half. This must be happening due to the presence of drag force. So in our next computational model, we would like to manipulate our drag force in such a way that the end of the analysis, the displacement from our computational model is same as displacement from our video analysis. Net force in our updated model would be equal to the weight plus the drag force, which in our model we are considering equal to be constant times the square of the velocity. And by doing various iterations, we find out that constant to be 0.015. Let's now run this model. As we can see that the arrow here downward represents the gravity force, and at the start the drag force was 0, and it's increasing quadratically with the increase in velocity. The displacement versus time graph again looks like to a quadratic curve. Comparing the curves here, we can see that they match well at the starting point and the end point of our analysis. And this is because we have set these two as our initial condition for our model. The actual prediction is happening at the middle of our analysis, and we can see that here also they seems to be matching well with each other. However, our computational model is slightly under predicting the motion, and this might be happening because of the object is tumbling while it is falling, which will result in the change in the area of the object, and hence the drag force would vary. Velocity of a falling object is a velocity when the drag force acting on the object is equal to the gravity force. As the net force at this point becomes 0, this velocity should remain constant. Feeding in the input from our model, the terminal velocity for our model turns out to be 5.3 meter per second. On the velocity versus time graph, our model should approach this velocity asymptotically. The object was thrown vertically downwards. This is same as setting the non-zero initial velocity. And we can see that in the model, non-zero velocity means non-zero drag force at the starting point, which means the drag force would approach the gravitational force even faster. As the initial velocity does not have an effect on the net force acting on our system, the terminal velocity of our object should remain same.